Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call. It is September 27th, if you can even believe it. I can't, but here we are. Officially rolling into quarter four, like real soon for the year, which is like mind blowing. But what I will say about that is get your mind off of what's happened quarters 1 through 3. That's behind you. That is the past. What matters is what you do from now moving forward. There is still plenty of time to end the year totally crushing it, rocking it, advancing your business, getting more customers, more coaches, like whatever your goals are, you still have time to achieve them. So I just wanted to quickly say that before we start like mini panicking, because when I realized that, I had a little mini panic moment, and then I was like, you know what, that's not going to get me anywhere or do me any good, so what's the point? So I just thought I would share that. A few things I want to talk about. Let me just bring my online office up real quick. They extended, I'm sure you guys have seen this, because you are, and if you're not, you should be checking your breaking news every day in your online office, but just in case, they did extend the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack $160 price through December, which is freaking awesome. So that is something that we definitely want to continue sharing. And oh my God, I just realized that, wait a minute, 9:27, Tulin Memory wake up call. They must be talking about next week's national wake up call, because that doesn't happen today. But Tulin is doing the national wake up call next, apparently, and she's freaking awesome. Sidetracked, sorry. So, 2 things. Clean Week launches next Tuesday. I still don't understand why it's a Tuesday, but whatever, it's a Tuesday. But the good thing about Clean Week, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Where are you guys? There you are. The good thing about Clean Week is it's like $29.95, I think. They will get 7 days of Shakeology. It's 4 workouts, so I'm assuming there's some sort of like a schedule for when they should do which ones when. There's going to be recipes, and it's geared towards beginners and people who have been, unsure, afraid of getting started, didn't want to commit to anything, because what's really freaking awesome about Clean Week is they are going to get 7 days of Beachbody On Demand. And then once those 7 days are done, they will no longer have access to Beachbody On Demand. They aren't going to automatically start getting charged for it like any other free trial we have, whether it's with the challenge pack when you get a free 30 days and then you get charged, unless you click the teeny tiny little box to not have that happen, which is most people miss. And with the free 14-day trial, after that, they automatically get enrolled in the quarterly payment plan, which is a pain in the butt, because then you have to change that, get them on the annual plan, whatever. None of that nonsense with Clean Week. They get the free 7 days. And the other cool thing that we found out at Super Saturday is that anyone who has a free Team Beachbody account is going to have access to Clean Week. So again, you do not have to have a Beachbody On Demand account, and it's not going to automatically start charging you for Beachbody On Demand. So this is for people who, because some people really do, they hesitate to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like commit to something. They want to try it out first. They don't necessarily want to like spend the $99 for Beachbody On Demand for the year. Or they sometimes don't even want to do the 14-day trial in case they forget to cancel it before they get charged. Like some people think this way. So this is a really great opportunity to get people using Beachbody On Demand. Now, another thing I want to say about that is we have to stress that they get it for 7 days. So if they sign up for it and they don't use any of those 7 days, they don't try it out for any of those 7 days, they lose it. So just make sure when you're sharing it, I'm not entirely sure. I actually need to look into this. I don't know if it starts the day they buy it or if it starts the next day. Is that what you were going to ask?
I was just going to ask if you knew how that was going to work. Because if they're supposed to be doing 7 days of Shakeology, they have to order that. So is it going to be a code that they then put in to be able to access? Like, do we know how that's going to work?
Because that is a very good point. I'm writing that down. Hang on.
Maybe they'll get emailed some kind of like activation link or something, and they just don't do it until they get it. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe Candace would know.
7 days start. That is a really great question. I am so glad you even said that, because honestly, I don't even think I would have. In my head, I'm like thinking, so we got to get them ordering next week so that we can like have the challenge group or a week or two after. But you're right. Maybe not.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that up. I'll have to look in the FAQs, and if it's not there, then I might even just do like a chat and ask. Although I don't even know who I trust. Probably the chat. Anyway, thank you for saying that. I wrote that down. I will definitely ask. Excuse me. But
thank you.
Now don't I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm pretty sure they are going to get access to Beachbody On Demand as a whole for those 7 days. I don't think that they only get Clean Week. I'm pretty sure they get everything. So if you know someone who maybe wanted to try another program, it isn't? No, it's just Clean Week? Damn. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it was before the paid stuff. Like it was going to be like a wall before the paid version.
Must have spaced out when they explained that. Okay, disregard. Never mind.
I think that's what I heard.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, they're smart, I guess. All right. Well, there's still so much good that's going to come out of that, though. And remember, too, the trainer, she talks about all kinds of different like Beachbody programs. Like she's going to say like this move you're going to find in Body Beast, and like this you're going to find in the 21-day fix, and like this you're going to find in, I don't know, whatever. But like that's a really great way to start getting those programs into people's minds and being like, well, I really liked that move. I wonder if I would like that program. And then ideally, they'll like the group that you ran, and they'll like the workouts, they'll like the shakes, they'll like the meal plan, or at least one out of the three, or four, because you're challenge group 2, and they'll want to continue with something. So this is a really cool way to get people started. And another thing is 80-day obsession. There's going to be a 5-day mini obsession, I think they're calling it, in December at some point, like a sneak peek basically for 5 days, which I think is awesome. And then that program launches January 15th, I want to say, but I don't know. Yep, I think it's the 15th. And what I'm hearing about it is that it's advanced, so it's not for, not saying a beginner can't do it, because there is a modifier, but this could be a cool opportunity to maybe look more into that program and plan out for yourself, what programs am I going to do from now until then to get myself ready for this, because it's 80 days. It's a decent amount of time. And then how can I maybe get people to come along with me and build themselves up and get ready for 80-day obsession. So definitely, if you're not following any of the coaches in the test group, follow them, look at what they're posting, look at what they're doing, see what they're saying about it. Go to the FAQ about it. I believe there is one, find the YouTube video that describes it, because it's timed nutrition, which I'm actually really excited about, / unsure if how well I'll be at it, but I think it's like a cool concept. It's just it's a different way of doing things, a very different way of eating. I've been following some of the coaches, and it seems like it's similar to Shift Shop, not like a carb depletion, but it seems like there's phases. There's different phases, and they eat a certain way through each phase, which I don't know. I think that's really cool. So definitely look into that if that's something that you want to do. And while we're talking about planning for the rest of the year to get yourself ready for that, I also highly encourage everybody to plan out the rest of your year for your business. So like, what challenge groups do you want to run? What themes do you want to have for your challenge groups? What free groups do you want to run? And I'm wondering, I don't know if we want to maybe compile a list. Like if anyone has certain ideas, like feel free to share it in the team page, because, and again, everyone is more than welcome to do their own thing. But if a bunch of us want to do, like for instance, I want to do a crock pot group. So if anyone else wants to do that, and you can always ask, see if you want to pair up with somebody, versus, you know, doing them separately. Or again, you can do them separately because sometimes there is value in your audience seeing you more. But again, if you're pairing with a group, they're still going to see you, but they're also going to get other eyes, opinions, inspiration and stuff. So that is all personal preference for sure. But hi, Kim. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm on video. Hi, welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to just call you out like that. I just got excited when I saw you.
Yeah. Everybody, that's Kim.
Yay!
Oh, hi. I didn't know I was going to be on. Hi.
That was my exact reaction, my first team call too. I'm like,
Did you
what?
see me? I was like, oh my gosh.
They could see me. Oh.
So this is what our Zooms look like, which is pretty cool. You can mute yourself and stop the video if you don't want to be seen, or if you're like doing something you don't want to be heard, just so you know. But
okay. So if I just press mute, I'll be muted. That's probably what I'll. How do I mute myself?
At the bottom left, there should be a little microphone that says mute. Are you on a computer screen?
Yes, I see it. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm sorry I interrupted. I got it.
Not a problem at all. I'm so glad that you joined us.
All right, thanks.
So yeah, I mean, we can collaborate on groups together if anyone wants to do that, or, you know, people are welcome to do their own thing. That is personal preference. But if you feel like you would prefer to have like a co-pilot running a group with you, just post it in the group. Let us know. Maybe we can start pairing up or something. But that's that. So not only do I want you planning ahead, like when you're going to do your groups, but also like, what do you want to see happening in your business? Like, do you want to advance your rank? Do you want to help a certain amount of people every month, regardless of Success Club or gaining coaches or anything? Like, do you just want to help a certain amount of people every month? And you know, like, what are the goals that you want to achieve by the end of the year? Write those down and then start kind of trying to map out what you would need to do in order to achieve those goals. Because again, not to make anyone like panicky that we're coming up towards the end of the year. I'm not trying to like give anyone anxiety. I just want to make sure you're aware and to know that in a way, it's almost easier because we have October, November, and December. That's 3 months. You can plan 3 months ahead. Like, that's not a huge amount of time. So it almost kind of like takes pressure off in a way, because instead of thinking about 12 months or 9 months or 6 months, you're like, okay, 3 months, I got this. What do I want to do for these next 3 months? And then one of the main reasons why I want you to think about your challenge groups ahead of time is because this is a mistake I've made over and over, where I'll have this like last minute challenge group idea, or I'll like suddenly be inspired to like start a new challenge or something. And I might post about it a week before it's starting. And then I'm like, crap, that's not enough time to really like build it up and get people interested and invite them to it and make sure that they have, whether it's the program, the shakes, like whatever it is that they need in time to start. So what I'm starting to do and learning and trying to get into the habit of doing is set my date like 3 weeks from when I want to start it, and then start slowly talking about it. And then as it gets closer, talk about it more, and just get people interested and excited ahead of time so that there's enough time so you don't feel like pressured, and so you don't end up with either a flop, like maybe nobody signed up, or maybe you have, like, not saying that having like 2 or 3 people isn't valuable, because that is, and you can still do a killer challenge group with small groups of people, but it just makes it easier and less stressful on you to kind of plan ahead like that. And like, let's say you have someone on the first week that you start talking about it who wants to join you, but it doesn't start for 2 or 3 weeks from that time. You can plug them into your current challenge group, or if you don't have anything going right now, ask in our team page or in FitMom and be like, hey, I have this person who wants to get started. My group doesn't start for another couple of weeks. Does anyone have like an energetic group that I could add them to for now? Something like that. But there's always another reason you want to like continuously be planning your groups, is because better is to have a group to plug them into that's yours right away. But if you don't have that, we got a big team. Our team is super supportive. So always know that you can reach out to the team in the team page, whatever it is, and ask if anyone has a group going and say, you know, I really don't want to leave this person hanging. They're excited. They're ready right now. I don't want to have them waiting. So that is always an option. Okay. So I think that's kind of like all I wanted to say about planning ahead. But what I did also want to cover is I saw Candace shared this in one of her like separate pages. It was a call that I believe, I can't remember what the group is called now. It's not the wall anymore. I forget what they call it now, but the 5-star and above wall or community or whatever the heck they call it now. Carl and Jeff Hill did like a live video in there together, and they kind of talked openly and honestly about what I think the majority of not just Beachbody coaches are feeling, but network marketers as a whole is feeling right now. Oh no, I'm frozen. Can you see me now? Can you hear me?
It just unfroze.
Oh, good. I'm sorry. So what's the last thing you heard?
I heard you say Jeff Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, same here.
Sorry. Thank you. Let me know if that happens again. Sorry about that. Okay, so in the wall, Candace shared this, but Carl and Jeff Hill did a live video where they openly and honestly shared kind of how not just like Beachbody coaches have been feeling lately, but I think network marketers as a whole. And this has been a hard year, and they were very honest about it, and they talked about it, and they gave some really good insight as to what's been going on and why it is so important and like the best thing to just hang tight, keep doing what you're doing, because big things are coming. And a lot of the things that they talked about were things I hadn't even thought of. So I just wanted to share them with you guys, because maybe you aren't feeling this way, but a lot of, you know, at the Super Saturday I was talking with a lot of coaches, and we all were just saying like, it's been really hard lately. And, you know, we're seeing so many network marketing companies popping up all over the place, people jumping from one to the next. Like, it's just been crazy. So, and like some of us may be seeing some like coaches that we idolize who are like leaving and going somewhere else. And like, honestly, in my opinion, whatever someone does, that's their choice. Like, I'm not going to have any bad blood about it. And I, you know, knowing that how our team is and who we attract, I'm sure you guys would all feel the same way. You know, I would never badmouth anyone for leaving and going somewhere else. Like, that's their choice. Whatever, you know, you have to be passionate about what you're doing. So some people maybe find their passions elsewhere. This might be where they start, but then they maybe go somewhere else and they find something they're more passionate about. Whatever, that's their thing. But here's what I know. What I know is that, well, in my opinion, I don't think anything is going to ever top what we have to offer, because we not only offer like amazing fitness programs, but we have multiple nutrition guides to help people learn how to eat healthy in a lifelong sustainable way. There's so many diets and like other ways that people can be eating which might help them short term, but from what I know about them, these are not things that can be maintained for life. So I personally, I'm not saying that our container system is the only way to eat. I know that certain people react certain ways to foods and you can adjust it a little bit, but I personally think the nutrition that we offer to people, the education, the container system, Shakeology, like I don't believe anything is better than that. I love our fitness programs. We have programs for everybody. They can now have them in their homes. They can take them on vacations. There's so much that people can do with them. So I have no question about our fitness programs. Like the heart and soul that goes into creating the shakes, creating these programs. Beachbody listens to their customers and their coaches, and they put out programs constantly that we are asking for, that their customers are asking for. So the heart and soul of this company will forever like have my heart personally. But again, that is not to say everyone needs to feel that way. But let's be real, it's been a little bit of a tough year. Not for everybody. There are some people who are advancing their businesses and doing better this year than previous years, but overall, they openly said, you know, we understand this has been a hard year. So here are a couple of things that they talked about that I wanted to share with you guys. So Beachbody On Demand has been, a transition for sure, as it would be for any company who is trying to keep up with the times and pull from one way of doing things to another. Like there's going to be bumps in the road. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No matter who does something like this, it's not going to be all rainbows and butterflies. It's going to have some bumps in the road. People are going to resist it. People are going to love it. Like it's just one of those things. That's what happens. But here are some things, like key things to really think about. So when we were sharing DVDs, people would, you know, buy a DVD. Maybe they'd get a challenge pack. They'd maybe do like 21 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. If they did it at all, they would do that program. And then the likelihood of them coming back and buying a second program is not as high. It's not a very high number. The percentage of people who came back was not as high as they would want it to be, obviously. So two things about Beachbody On Demand. Number one, they now have data because it's online. It's streaming. They can keep track of all of that stuff. They not only know how many times people are working out because Beachbody On Demand like logs it, but they will see how many people are renewing and how many people are doing more than one program and how it's so much easier to do another program because you already have it. It takes the pressure off of somebody finishing a program and having to buy a second one. Because you know how sometimes, you know, people are very, I don't know if frugal is the right word, but like it's sometimes really challenging to get people to spend their money on a fitness program because they all of a sudden don't have money and yet they will go buy all kinds of other things. And I'm totally guilty of that, but just saying. So the renewal that we are going to see from Beachbody On Demand and what they're predicting is going to far exceed the renewal or the times that people with DVD programs would come back and buy another one. And I 100% agree with that. I think that we are going to see so many more of our customers and coaches and challengers coming back, sticking with us, doing more programs, just overall being more active in their lives because they have Beachbody On Demand for the entire year at their fingertips. And it's only $99 a year, which is ridiculous. I hope they never change that. Excuse me. So I think that is huge. And speaking of that, Beachbody On Demand, when did that come out? Was it January or December? God, I don't even remember. It came out a while, like we're almost coming to the point where the renewals are going to start. So anybody who you signed up for annual Beachbody On Demand, right now, this year, we've all been kind of like, all right, well, I got like, we got the commission for when they bought it, but now they have it for the year. So like, where'd all my commission go? Think of it this way. If you signed up 3 to 5 people every single month with Beachbody On Demand, next year, you are going to get 3 to 5 renewals every single month. Obviously banking on the fact that they're going to renew. So this is where they started to talk about how the gun is cocked and loaded, and we are going to start coming out of a hole and skyrocketing, because we are experiencing this year the shift that happens when a company goes from one focus to another. How many other companies like this, like what we're doing, are doing what we're doing, having an online library, like literally the Netflix of fitness? Like, you don't find that many other places. You can find, workouts online and stuff like that for sure. Like, I mean, obviously, but like what we have is so unique. And I am so excited to start thinking about how we are impacting people for an entire year originally, but like, hopefully they're just going to keep renewing with us and continuing on with us. And like, that is amazing. And as we start sharing this more every month, every renewal we have, that's going to, come back to us. Like, in more ways than just the commission. Like, those people are going to stick with us. And I think that is powerful. So that is super exciting. And then Beachbody has all the data, so they get to see, what's being used, what's going on. Like, we can really get more particular about how the company is doing, which I think will be valuable for them to see from a technical side, as far as like what changes they need to make to keep up with things.
Jackie, do you know if, the emails that we get every week that say, this is what you did last week? Do you know if our customers get those?
I would think so, but that's a good question.
You're frozen.
You guys are all frozen too, but I heard you like delayed. Sorry.
That's okay.
Is it better now?
I mean, I'm assuming that you're better. I'm assuming that everybody gets that every week. Like, if you log in, that you get it that says you did. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope so. I think it's good.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. I hope so too, but I guess I don't know for sure. I'm trying to think who. I think I have like people that I could ask, and just out of curiosity, be like, hey, do you get an email that tells you like how often you're working out on Beachbody On Demand? Because now I'm curious about that. It's a really good question. But yeah, so the retention of annual BOD has already exceeded the retention of people purchasing other programs. So they think that's just going to continue, which is really awesome. Again, for more reasons than just, our commissions, but like that is a really awesome thing if you think about it like that. So this dip in volume is temporary. It's going to start rising again. Another thing, the 10% discount is being removed from Beachbody On Demand customers. So that's going to slowly start coming into effect as well. We have so many things coming out for the rest of the year still. Clean Week is coming out. Double Time is coming out. The new websites are launching. We're opening up to the UK like in less than a month. Like, there's just so many amazing things happening throughout the rest of the year. And then we kick off the new year with 80-Day Obsession, which is already starting it on the right foot. So if you guys have been feeling like questioning things, being like, oh, is this me? Or like, maybe this just isn't going to work. Like any of those concerns, like, please know you can always like reach out to me and talk to me about that. But I just wanted to talk about this with you guys, because if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. And there's so many things that we have to look forward to. And this is going to start shifting upwards. It's going to start going back in the direction that we want to see it. And literally, it doesn't matter what network marketing company you are a part of, this will happen. Stuff like this happens. It's just the way that it goes. So, you know, I think a lot of people jumped ship thinking that we were going to keep, that things like weren't looking good and they were afraid or whatever. Or like, I'm not trying to put words in people's mouths. Some people, again, might have found passions in other places, but I fully believe that we are sitting on a gold mine right now, with the direction this company is going, with the changes that they're making. And they took risks doing what they're doing. They knew this was likely to happen, but they believe so strongly in what they're doing, what they have to offer, their mission, what this is going to mean long term for coaches, for customers, for everybody. They literally, Carl literally believes and wants to have Beachbody On Demand in every single household. And the way that he says that, I have zero doubt that he really believes that that is possible and that he's going to make that happen. And that's what we are here for too. We can help him fulfill that and make that happen, because there is so much in Beachbody On Demand that is like, there's something for everybody. And we know that your health is so important, and it doesn't have to be about what you look. It's just, we know how important it is to be moving our bodies, to be eating healthy. So we have such an amazing opportunity to help people do that. And, you know, not everyone is going to necessarily love that it's digital right away, but we can walk them through it. They'll get used to it. I think it's just a little bit of a hump that we're going to have to, you know, find our way around. But we're not like, it's not like we're the only digital thing. Like, everything is becoming digital. So I actually love that they were so confident and didn't care what was going to happen. They were just like, we need to stay with the times, and we need to do what we know is best, and we need to do what is going to help people in the long run. And they are totally doing that. They're killing it. What else did I want to say? Oh, another thing that they said is it's network marketing. So yes, this is, you know, it's not an easy, it's not going to be like an easy get rich quick type of thing. And I know everybody knows that, but I just liked how they kind of pointed out, it's like network marketing. You work for what you get. But the beautiful thing about what we do is our success is a direct reflection of the lives that we change, the people that we help. And that, I think, is awesome, because it shouldn't be easy. We should have to try and work hard and to really help people, because getting people started on their health and fitness journey is not an easy thing to do. A lot of people are resistant to it. They're afraid of it. But if we can just portray ourselves, be that friendly, open, comforting person, that person who is being consistent, whom they're watching us and they see who we are, and they start to really realize, you know what, this person actually seems really awesome. I'm, you know what, I'm comfortable today. I'm going to reach out to that person, and they might reach out to you. And like, you could be the reason. We are all the reason that so many people have already started their journeys. And that to me is just amazing. What else do I want to say? Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say about that. And honestly, I had like all these things I wanted to talk about, but that took longer than expected. So I don't want to keep you guys all night. So that means I have stuff that I can talk about next week. Or I might actually do a post about this, because it is some really good Instagram ideas that I've learned. Does anyone have any questions or anything you want to talk about or share?
I don't have questions, but I do just want to share. Erin and I went down to Super Saturday on Saturday in Philadelphia. And on our way back, we were just talking about what we needed to do. I don't know, who am I hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, thanks. I was like, I hear like a radio or something. Anyway, we were just talking about what we needed to do to kind of get each other moving and support each other. So I started kind of what Erica Cray was doing with a early morning power hour.
Yay.
I'm just testing it out, and I definitely haven't gotten the timing of stuff right, but I was waiting until I felt like, okay, I think this is going to work to say anything to everybody else. But if anyone's interested, I'm doing it from 5:30 to 6:30. It's called Rise and Shine.
Ooh.
5:30 power hour. So again, I don't know if anyone's done Erica's power hour.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it was like it's like too many starts and stops and too many different things. So I'm trying to do it more like spend 10 minutes, like just a few 10-minute chunks or 10 or 15-minute chunks to do bigger picture things, less specific, but more, I don't know, letting everybody kind of tailor to themselves. So if anyone wants in, let me know and I'll add you into the group.
I would love to be added. Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome.
We're on tomorrow will be day 3, so we're 4. So we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome though. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Is there anything?
It's definitely out of bed. I get up early because I work out beforehand.
You work out before that?
I do.
Wow.
I wake up, have my energize, work out, and like come to power hour sweaty.
That's awesome. I know. I've been trying to wake up at 6. So that will have to, if I do this with you guys, that will have to be the first thing I do. Because I have a hard time falling asleep early, which is my problem. So getting up early is tough. But I guess the only way to fall asleep earlier is to get up earlier.
Exactly. You just have to get up early for a couple days, and all of a sudden you're like, 9 o'clock, I'm ready for bed.
I know, right? Good night. That's my bedtime. Just kidding. Well, that's awesome. Okay, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have any questions or anything you want to add or talk about?
I had one thing I wanted to add that I just saw in Fit Mama, and it was that the online office is being updated October 9th to reflect the mobile version.
Oh.
So it's going to be just like that. It might have been Mike McGowan posted a Kim Carver video training on what's going to be the same, and I shared it in Team Embrace. So it should be in there now. So that's what I was listening to beforehand. It's not too long. It's like 15-ish minutes, but he just breaks down every section, how things have changed and how things are now more readable, I guess. Everything is more common sense compared to, okay, this is on mobile than it is on the desktop.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so excited.
It looks pretty cool.
Changes.
It looks like it's going to be really good. Yeah. And there's like a whole section for shareable content. The whole first 30 is right off the bat in the training section. Right. And it seems like they made a lot of improvements to a section called shareable media, and it'll definitely be one I'll want to check out.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if no one else has anything to add, then that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for joining. I've missed all of your lovely faces.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank
you. And so nice to meet you, Kim, virtually.
Yes.
All right. Well, have an awesome rest of your night, you guys. And yeah, I'll see you same time next week.
Yes. See you later. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.